Yo, we're back again. Let's see if things want to actually work this time instead of
This place
crashing.
but that gold is lost.
Yeah, we already talked to you a good amount,
Most though
mate.
will just run around. Fear spreads like a disease until an entire generation is out on the streets, hoping to find anything that will lift them out of their misery.
Are we gonna be alright? No.
No need to start panicking just yet. Things are still under control. Your lady friend has stepped up to solve this mess, and the veteran knows what he's doing. This city is unlike any you've seen before. You must learn its secrets to survive. Remember which street kids are from which alley, and what intel they can be relied on for. Learn the dates when the dealers bring their medicine into port, and figure out which water tanks hide the key to the local gang's safe house.
And then you just gotta travel through, down the stairs, and to the left. To the shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Don't look at me for answers. It's none of my business.
I can't give you answers. All I can do is give you convoluted riddles about the answers. That's my job. On the margins of life and death, in the midst of such prolonged suffering, happiness feels as far away as the sun in the sky. Yeah, shut up, Streamlabs. I know, I'm back. I know I needed to do this 3 times now. Life and death in Sao Paulo. The friend from afar. What is this?
In the narrow streets, violence is so often more than just a means to ending conflicts. It is a tool, and one all too readily used. I must note, however, with some relief that segregation so commonly observed in other regions is absent here. The Arcanists of Sao Paulo live alongside humans, with the latter often displaying traits more common to their Arcanist neighbors. Passionate, if a bit touchy.
They're becoming leftists as we speak.
Life here is incomparable to the comfort, security, and freedom of New England. Hardship, violence, and oppression are the fundamentals of life. As constant as the sun, and as heavy as the rain. This country is renowned for its coffee and sugar. It is a land of beauty and bounty. Treasures too often extorted, whether by the princes of Europe and their donatarios, or now by the bankers and corporations.
Which are really just the same thing if you think about it.
From the land, desperation remains everywhere you look. It is a place where insurmountable wealth and the deepest deprivations are neighbors. Sometimes they lie only a street across from one another. The multinationals have cut open the country's throat, and now they drink it dry, leaving the people struggling with poverty and chaos. It is a bleak existence.
Yeah,
readers,
this is just
I
colonialism.
So the story of these people might be heard.
Well, people will hear it, but then they'll just not care. Cause they have cushy lives, so why should they, you know? That's the sad part of life. One of the many sad parts of life. The doctor sits by the riverside, a small group of children gathered around her. They watch in awe as her typewriter hammers the letters into the page.
Shippy, do you know, has life always been like this here?
If you ask me, Doc, San Paulo in 1990 isn't much different from Nassau's 1681.
This is not the voice I was expecting, but I'm here for it.
It's a shame. Between the sunshine and warm sands, there is a good life to be lived here, if only they were free enough to live it.
Summer is long, just like the suffering of these people. endless.
I used to dream of traveling to all sorts of fascinating places. A foggy city by the Thames, and a little town blanketed in snow and sunflowers. I met so many different people, though I find I can no longer recall their voices. I have only their words left, only my records of them.
Have you heard of a weed down at the bottom of Lake Ilopango? The people there turn it into a polenta with cornmeal.
That doesn't really relate to what I was saying.
Supposedly, if you have it, you'd recall every last thing that's ever happened to you. Every bit of it.
Well, if I believed in bullshit, that'd be really cool.
Wow! What's the weed called?
What's the we call? Oh, the people. The children turn to the ship and the bottle, their eyes filled with curiosity.
They call it La Hierba del Tonto, Spanish for the fool's weed.
And it's called that because I just fucking got you, idiots.
You see, lad, only a fool would want to remember everything. Sometimes a little forgetfulness is a blessing in disguise.
Trust me, when you get to an older age, you'll look back on certain things that you wish you could erase from your memory. Like that one time in middle school. Oh god. Like Ron's like, oh Jesus, no, don't make me remember that.
I beg to differ, Shippy. To forget the past, its lessons in pain and joy alike, that isn't a blessing. It's oblivion. But let's not argue over some mythical weed. For all the claims, no one has ever seen it. Just another myth, like the succubus or the minotaur.
The Minotaur. Is it called a Minotaur? I've always heard it called a Minotaur. Like, the Minotaur just makes it sound really weird.
Aye, aye, let's talk about succubi instead. That's sure to get the lads pricking up their ears.
Hey, yo. At the mention of this, the little ship goes off again.
Back in 1688 of course, our chief mate, Mr.
Of course.
Morgan, had an encounter with a succubus after he found her seal while carousing in Portobello. If the rumors tell true, once he got a hold of it, she grabbed a hold on him too. I couldn't say what transpired, but we never saw hide nor hair of him again.
They fucked like rabbits till he died. Now that's the way I want to go. No one can debunk her stories, but no one really believes them either. Like, we can't really debunk your stories of 300 years ago, but like, maybe we'll get there eventually if the storm keeps happening. We'll get back to 1688. The children's curiosity fades, and their eyes start to wander. One of them spots two big fish floating in the water.
Something's in the water!
Look over there, something's in the water. Oh my god, he's banging at the door. The two figures float among the trash in the river, spurting and choking, just like trash. One is clinging onto the other as they struggle to swim to shore.
What the devil is all that commotion?
Could someone tell me I don't have eyes to perceive?
Wake up! Hey,
Just come on and put on a little makeup. What I do?
can you hear me? Hello?
Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Kimberly pats her fallen companion's face. No response.
She's still breathing. Why won't she wake up?
You're being very inconsiderate, dying person.
Whew. What happened to the lass?
Drowned. The little ship makes its way over, followed closely by the children and the doctor. Seeing the group of strangers approaching, Kimberly tenses up.
Miss, are you all right? Is there anything we can do?
Yes, I'm fine. A ship went down.
Blow me down. These waters are getting rougher by the day.
Blow me down. I do like White Rum quite a bit. Like, this design is fantastic. Holy shit. Why is it a severed hand holding up a ship in a bottle? The ship in the bottle has, like, lightning and shit going on in there. What the hell? They got a cloth, an anchor, like, they're decked out. The little ship sways back and forth in its bottle, showing off its excellent condition.
And we drifted down the river until we reached the shore here.
A long way to go, only to end up in Favela. Favela?
I know she's traveling with her friends, but I don't know where they could be now. Everything happened so fast.
Shippy, what's going on? Are there people that need care? What's their condition?
Shippy. Why? You know, Shippy would be a much better name than White Rum. Why is that her name?
Just one, alas. She's still breathing, but she looks like she's been keelholed for a bit too long.
Miss, please lay her down on her side.
Kimberly does as she is told.
What are you going to do to her?
Well, I'm gonna do the best I can. The doctor kneels down, skillfully clearing the girl's mouth of any residue before starting chest compressions.
Save her, if I can.
Yay. I'm glad this character got to come back. She was very cool in the one side story she got to be in. It's neat that she's appearing in like the main story now after being presented in a side story. It's a professional instinct, the duty of the doctor. An unexplainable impulse drives her to revive the drowning girl. An unexplainable impulse? I think it's called just being a good person and wanting to save someone. It's not exactly unexplainable. It's just she has the means to save someone from dying and is doing it. The girl coughs up some water. The doctor continues.
Good, good. She'll make it. Please, make sure her airway's clear.
She coughs out more water, but she still lies there, unable to move, dying a little bit.
Are you sure about that, Doc? The lass looks paler than a ghost. I think she's burning up.
Oh no, it's raining inside the bottle. The doctor touches her forehead. It's burning hot.
You're right. We'll need to take her back with us. I'll fix some medicine for her. Would you give me a hand, miss? Help her up on my back.
Help her up on my back. I can't see, but don't worry about that. I'm more competent than anyone else here. Kimberly obediently helps the blind doctor lift the feverish girl onto her back.
Oh. She's almost as light as a child.
The children run along, pulling aside the hanging clothes for them to pass.
I need to run some tests and see if it's just an ordinary fever, or if she has contracted something from the water.
Oh no. She caught the pollution disease.
Don't worry. You're safe with us.
The doctor speaks to herself, or perhaps in reassurance to the unconscious girl.
Where are we going? Wait up!
Home.
That doesn't explain anything. I don't know where your home is. Kimberly catches up to the doctor, only now realizing how far they've walked. She steps into the doctor's home. To be continued. Huh. Interesting. Yo, Dr. Dore's path. Memories from her past run through her mind, but she hasn't been able to process them yet. Tap to collect the fragment. She used to comfort those childlike elders with a stern siren song that made them forget their pain in aged bodies. Ooh, aged like fine wine. Well, we love to see. A conversation filled with one-sided questions doesn't necessarily need to feel like an interrogation. Miss Barbara, thank you for agreeing to this conversation. Please relax. This is the Foundation's way of reciprocating Uta's interview. We can proceed at your leisure. Yes, it's rare to be the one asking the questions and hosting the editor of Uta. Let's make the most of this opportunity regarding your method of avoiding the storm. I'm sorry, but as you probably know, you cannot hear the wind, so you can't hear the secrets of the storm. There's nothing I can do about that. Uta shows no interest in cooperating on the storm issue. I'll note it down like this for the record. Who the fuck is talking? Like, this is so... Okay, sorry, the wind just told me something unrelated. I need to head to Texas now. Alright, can I figure out who's talking? But maybe that's how it's perceived by you? Let's move on to the next question. From what we understand, Atu has a unique communication method. Can it help you locate each other? Does it work for ordinary contributors? Only Uta members can hear the wind, but I can ask about the source location of its contributors package for you. Miss Barbara? Sorry, the wind just told me something unrelated. I need to head to Texas now. But our conversation isn't over. I apologize, but I must go to Highway 77 immediately. Please allow me to end the call. The other party then hung up. Matilda has been appointed as a special investigator to continue our interview to Highway 77. And then the task has been transferred to the timekeeper because Matilda got hung up in fucking Los Angeles for a while. The timekeeper has returned with information indicating that Erd might be at the St. Paulo Veterans Residence in Brazil. Wow, all of the past few events really have been building up to this chapter. That's pretty cool. Kind of, like, unfortunate if you missed those last two events, but it is cool in a way. Well, let's see what this is. A doctor's medical kit containing her compassion and regrets from her past journeys. The root of the people's illness lies in not their bodies, but in a future they perceive as a dead end. No medicine can cure that future. Damn. Well, let's see what part 2 has in store. She used to comfort those childlike elders. We saw that. Sometimes I sing, but the elders always weep. They whisper softly that it's not my fault. Fucking crybabies they are. 5 fragments in total. Give me my reward, please. Let's see what these guys are up to at home. Which I'm guessing is the veterans' residence, maybe? No, it's a shelter in the favela. A fan whirls loudly, yet the room is just as hot as the outside. The fan does not help. The doctor gently lays the unconscious girl down, resting her head on her lap. I can tell this girl is Yuri just from the way, just from how she was touching me earlier. I can tell that the gayness of being on my lap will help her revive. She softly strokes her flushed
So
face.
you weren't even traveling together. And still you brought her all the way here. You have a good heart, Miss Kimberly.
You flatter me, Doctor. It was only that the current pushed her to my side when we all fell into the water. And I just couldn't forgive myself if I were to let her drown.
Yeah, an accident or perhaps fate.
In fact, she and I had met briefly before, in Texas. We didn't part on the best terms.
We met briefly before, across the entire goddamn world, basically.
Sometimes we find ourselves in quarrels, even among friends.
No, we aren't.
We've met twice, ma'am.
Shh. We should let her get some rest.
Shh, you're friends now, I've said so. You can't deny me this. Kimberly falls silent. She squats down, watching her the way a cat peers at a sleeping baby, wanting to paw at them, knock them off the crib. Just an instinct, you know?
May I touch her?
I feel like that you're... I feel like you're asking the wrong person.
Fever
Boop,
is
got
one
your
of the
nose.
biggest dangers here, though it's still better than diarrhea and vomiting.
Although that will happen later, don't worry. Like, it's gonna happen later. That's a promise. Why does she just boop her nose? May I touch her? Boop.
I'll take her to the veterans' residence for further treatment once her condition stabilizes.
It almost looks like she's only sleeping.
Why are you
two
boop?
really not friends? Seems to me that you care for her very much.
Like, normally you don't just boop a stranger's nose. You only do that to a lover. You can't just go around booping someone's nose all willy-nilly.
She helped me. She was kind to me on the ship. The bloody ship. I don't know what happened.
Shh. Hush, please.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care. The doctor presses a finger against her lips, a gentle smile on her face.
My apologies.
Yo, cats. There are so many cats just about in the environment. She has the face of a guilty child.
As I said, it was only twice that we'd met. And somehow, both times turned out quite terrible for me.
The doctor strokes the feverish patient's hair. It's beautiful. Almost the same color as hers. Not that she can tell. She's blind. She don't know what the fuck colors are.
Her hair is so silky. It's smooth and soft, like fine rain in my hands.
That's impressive after being in the shit river. The doctor gently combs the hair with her fingers, softly untangling the matted strands?
First
Whatever.
it was Tuesday's motel. Things had turned into a right mess, and I didn't find what I'd lost.
I still don't know what I had lost.
In that manner, just as I was about to enjoy a bit of dinner, that wild girl burst in. They caught me, threw me into a tower, and locked me up. I was stuck there, waiting like a lamb to be slaughtered.
But you've made it through. You're safe with us. No one is going to hurt you here.
Mainly because there are only 2 people here other than you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Kimberly gently takes the feverish girl's hand into her own. It's limp and slightly rough to the touch. The blurred memory of her sister comes to mind, as well as the wrinkled, warm faces of her old friends cheering her on.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. She just turns into one of the cats and leaves. You'll never find me again. Until you pull me on the banner. Satisfied that she has paid her back for her kindness on the ship, Kimberly leaves through the back door. The little ship in the bottle is waiting for her on the other side.
Leaving your friends so soon, lass.
Leaving your friends so soon, lass.
Well, come as you are. I'll give you a lift. Perhaps we might have a bit of an old jaw along the way. After all, it's rare indeed to see one of your kind out and about these days.
What do you mean by your kind?
A lift? Pardon me, madam, but I'm not sure you could bring me anywhere.
You're just a little ship. If you were a bigger ship, sure. But
You're a little too small and a little too stuck in that bottle.
a galleon born from the 16th century dreams of exploration. She awakened and slumbered once again until now, a time in which there are no more uncharted lands to uncover.
Climb aboard, matey. So where's our heading? Or shall we go for a ride on the river? Don't be shy, I aim to make a friend of you.
Don't be shy, I aim to make a friend of you. You're hot as hell. You ever wanted to get with a ship before? Well, not particularly. Ah, damn, they always say that. One day I'll find a freak who's into ships.
Don't be shy. I let the little ones play on my deck all the time, climbing here and there, like a bunch of cheerful little monkeys. And not just them. I ferry the good doctor from here to the veterans' residence too.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait till we reach the sea to see me at my full size. Once the water opens up, that's when I'm really free.
You can, she can just morph into an actual ship? The sailboat slowly drifts away from the doctor's hut.
Now, I ask again. Where are we going, mate? Can't just let the wind decide our course.
Why not? I should like to go somewhere nobody will ever find me.
Confusion, chaos, escape. Perhaps tomorrow will be just like all those yesterday.
I'm afraid there's precious few places like that anymore, lass. I've spied the globes they've got nowadays. Seems like every last step has covered the four corners and back.
Yeah.
But aren't you a strange sight, lass? You know, I've seen your kind before. Beautiful to look at, aye. But there's a darkness in you that lies beneath the surface, isn't there?
I can tell you've killed a husband or two. Fun times,
Sure,
eh?
like the rest of them, you'd say. Well, I would sooner believe in a map to El Dorado before I'd swallow the idea of a succubus with a heart of gold.
You're more of a demon than a succubus, ain't you, lass?
Is that girl your master? Did she have your seal?
Ooh.
If that were true, then heart of gold or coal wouldn't matter for none. You'd be as thick as old tar.
And let me tell you, with this shot we've got of you, you're looking pretty thick, lass. Could you stop trying to hit on me? You're a boat. Ah, I can't, lassie. She's been found out. She's a member of our ancient race, once wanted, even hunted, and now forgotten by the world. A few seagulls land on the boat's edge, joining them on their journey. Yay!
What? Are you wondering what gave you away? Your gloves don't do much to hide those claws. I could feel them pressing on my railings as soon as you hopped on.
Kimberly immediately hides her hands behind her back. So nervous and shy. Her reaction betrays her, stabs her in the back.
No use hiding them now, matey.
Her hearty laugh sends ripples through the water. I love the characters in this game. Like, just
You.
a boat. Just a boat that can talk somehow. We don't know. Kimberly scratches the mast with her claws, but this small protest does nothing to dissuade the ship. Aye, lass, don't do that too much. I'll be into it.
Are you going to turn me in?
She looks around. This place looks safe enough, but one small leap and she'd be back on solid
Turn
ground.
you in? And how do you suppose I do that? I'm only a ruddy ship. Bring me back up on land and I'll be stuck right back in the bottle.
How do you expect me to do that, lass?
No, lass. I've sailed with rougher folks than you. My old captain had a bounty on her head, too.
You think I don't enjoy being with, unsavory types, as it were? That's where you'd be wrong, lass. She's a fugitive, hiding like a frightened bird. Thunder rumbles in the distance, scattering the birds perched on the roofs on either side of the river. It makes her quiver, but for the boat, it brings back fond memories of sailing the roar water westerlies with her captain. Rain starts to pour, the wind picks up, filling the ship's sails and racing her down the river.
Well, just so you know, I very much doubt they'll pay you anything for handing me over.
Maybe so, maybe so. Now, you've got the law in your tailwind. What happened? Did you spring loose from the old gibbet?
I don't know what that means.
Mark me now, young lass. If you're going to try to pull one over on me, you'll have to do a lot better job than that.
That same old
Are
trick.
you mocking me? This is not how I ought to treat a new friend.
Hump, hump, hump.
Right, lass. So then, who are your pursuers? And your master? Shouldn't you be under his protection? My old crew would say any captain that can't keep a ship safe is only good for bait.
True. Fucking throw the captain off as soon as they're not useful anymore. Quite right, lass. You only stop making fun of your friends once you're good and acquainted with them. I jump that ship a bit early, don't I?
I have no idea where he is, or where my seal is for that matter. He was a no-good fool, though. Or only good for bait, perhaps. I hope he's dead, rotting in some sewer back in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, we were in San Francisco, not LA. I get 'em confused. The rain stops, brief and intense, just like her escape.
Well, mortal flesh doesn't last long. I've ferried many a passenger in my days, and none yet have escaped when Davy Jones came calling their name. As I recall, the first that went was William Halfleg. He lost the other half in a fight at the port of Southampton, hanged on the governor's orders.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
And
I like
Edward
this
the
character a
Red-Hound.
lot.
A nasty piece of work from the Low Countries. Loved a bit of throat cutting. Until he got his own throat slit by some fool in a ramshackle pub on Tortuga.
He loved a good throat cutting, but apparently he was really pissed off when it happened to him. Weird that. She fondly remembers every one of her crew. Oh, they all died hundreds of years ago. Still feels like yesterday to her.
Sounds as though they got what they deserved.
That they did, lass. They all got what they deserved. Some hanged, some drowned. Some we marooned on a desert isle with naught but a pistol and a flagon of rum.
Mhm.
I've been to Plymouth, Nassau, Port Royal.
Port
I once even
Royale.
slipped into Seville disguised as a merchantman to smuggle pepper and cinnamon.
How do you
Wherever the
disguise
captain
yourself
wanted
as a
to go.
merchantman?
We sailed.
How do you disguise yourself? That's what I want to see. Did they disguise you as a merchant boat, perhaps? An exciting, dangerous life, yet ordinary in its own way. The life of a boat. The countless cannonball scars in her hull alone tell the story.
But one by one, Davy took them all. Now here I am. A ship without a captain. My own master. I suppose that's a lot to take in. You ever thought about living a different life? To set sail for some far corner of the sea? Living on spiced rum and jerky thick as a buccaneer's hide? How's that sound, lass? Not that I'm saying we set sail today. It's only a bit of old fancy.
I'm not saying we gotta go now, but like, if you wanted to hook up, I mean, I'm here for you, lass. Wink,
I really
wink.
can't say. Chibi. I suppose I can't. Not yet, at least. There's something important I need to retrieve.
She's so flustered. Like, god damn it, I've never been rizzed up by a boat before, but it's working somehow. I don't know how to feel about this.
That's Captain Whiterum to you. The ship of a captain and captain of the ship.
And also the ship. Can't forget about that, lass.
I prefer... Wait. Sorry. What did you...
Oh no, she's getting seasick. Back at the favela. As the ship docks, she leaps back ashore, doubles over in an alleyway, and retches.
Seasick? I hadn't thought your kind capable of it.
I didn't expect this either.
Why does she sound so whiny about it? I love her. A can rolls over, gently hitting her foot. Annoyed, she kicks it away. Not far away, a few boys have been practicing their soccer skills with it. One mischievous boy kicks the can back towards Kimberly.
What now?
This time, she picks up the can and angrily throws it at the boy's head.
I like this girl, she's feisty.
Ooh. Ah, caramba, I like this girl, she's feisty. Ooh, hello, mama. He straightens himself up as he slowly makes his way towards her, a cocky grin on his face. Like, ooh. Mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy.
Go with the Brotherhood, Gorota. You apologize, now we might just let you go. Don't you know that Lord Santos is back? We can make this rougher for you if you like.
Careful, me lads. I wouldn't
Careful,
call
me
those
lads.
knives. Things may go rougher than you'd bargained for.
We got guns here.
Which of us
Careful,
now
boys.
shall we attend to first?
You think we'll hold back against children? Aye, we won't. Precision incantations have special markers on their borders. When casting a precision incantation in a precision slot, the precision ignores dodging. Make use of this to counter enemies in the dodge state. Oh, okay. Hey, you jerk, why don't you show us what you're really made of? My mom can throw plates better than you throw that garbage. Was that the best you've got? These slippery little buggers are going to be hard to catch. Ugh. I'll catch them one way or another. I'll fucking slit their throats.
I can hear it.
Okay, so the precision slot is always the end of the row. Let's just do this for now, though.
Please, allow me.
Wait, she didn't connect with anyone. Oh, now she connects. That was weird. Why was that a delay?
It is here.
Loading.
Alright, now we can get those into precision slot. Precision slot.
Target confirmed.
I love how she sounds when she does that attack. So good.
Charging.
Let's go here, here, and yeah, just go down the line with precision ones so that we can actually hit the little buggers. Damn, guys are dodgy. My follow-up attacks, no! Oh, they're no longer dodgy. Get them out of here.
Aim and shoot.
Come back! I need your feedback on our session.
Get back here, you little shit! How was our therapy session? The boys are no match for her. Yeah, no shit.
Not so tough now, are you, boys? Try this again, and I'll make a mince out of what's left of you.
I'll fucking eat you alive! She angrily kicks the can into the river.
I know your fathers, me boys, and I think they wouldn't be none too happy to hear you claiming to be with the Brotherhood.
Let go. We're wasting our time here.
Let's go, she won't fuck us, god damn it. She'll just fuck us up instead. And one of the boys is just like, okay, but like, that's pretty cool too, right? And they're like, bro, what the fuck?
Bilge rats, the lot of them. Not even fit for the apostles. Brotherhood always lets their knives do the talking. If there'd been any doubt of what you are, lass, that fight sure cleared it up.
Now I know you're a right killer right there. I like you even more now. Like the ship just continues to hit on her. She's like, I don't know how to feel about this. Oh, fragment of a memory. A memory of a fragment of a cyborg of a vampire. A roll of bandages fighting back death's descent upon her patients and extinguishing the world's light from the eyes of the doctor. Oh, boarding the white ship. A magazine clipping is posted next to a pile of glass souvenirs. A very effective promotion. Let's read the clipping. Perhaps you are familiar with the Royal Society. Maybe you are even able to name every president, but do you know its predecessor, the mysterious scholars' assembly known as the Invisible College? Today we will introduce the central figure of the Invisible College, Robert Boyle, the famous arcanist, natural philosophizer, and founder of modern chemistry, along with his mystical stories. When discovering Boyle, one must mention Boyle's law, which states that at constant temperature the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to its volume. Boyle demonstrated this with a U-shaped tube filled with mercury, but before that, Boyle tried various devices and countless designs in his quest for a frictionless flask with a piston. He even employed arcane skills, casting an incantation of proportional scaling into the flask. As a result, the flask could indeed compress and expand objects perfectly. However, arcane skills being what they are, the object's mass would shrink with its volume. And the process would cause noticeable temperature changes. A very successful arcane skill, but a failed experiment apparatus. Fuck me, I can't fucking pronounce shit at all. These flasks were eventually donated to the Royal Society, but it's said some ended up in private hands, so keep an eye on the ordinary flasks around you. One of them might just be a highly convenient, impossible flask. Ah, that's how they explain White Rum. Captain White Rum, if you will. Ship of the captain, captain of the ship. Boat, haha, boat. We're back on White Rum. Fivela.
Listen up.
Oh?
We're the Apostles' Brotherhood, not some worthless favela gang.
No, I mean, you're less than worthless. You actively make life worse for
So
everyone.
we start off nice and easy. And if the dog doesn't play along, well, then we make her play along. Claro?
Claro. A shelter in the favela. The feverish girl looks to be doing much better than before. Dr. Dolores is crouching beside the bed, gently wiping her face. A few uninvited guests burst in.
Hola. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Hola.
Is she really blind?
Hey, what the fuck?
I'm afraid yes. But please don't worry. I'm more than able to treat all my patients. Are you feeling unwell, sir?
No, I'm not feeling unwell, but you will be once I put a bullet in you. Macondo glances at the patient on the stretcher and signals to his men. His dogs quickly surround the patient.
We heard that you're a good doctor. We got someone who needs your help. You're Dr. Doris from the Veterans Residence, right?
Yes. And may I know who you are? I won't turn away a patient, but I'll also need some assurance that you can be trusted, sir.
So, is she coming with us or not?
Mate, it's been 2 seconds. He kicks over a cabinet, causing the test tubes within to smash in a small explosion on the floor. Oh, whoa.
Did you hear that?
Sounds like some kind of explosion near the clinic. Should we go back?
It could be an accident, but she's got away with her equipment. Doubtful she's the cause of this.
Someone
Steady on
else
then.
is the cause.
Let's hurry back and see for ourselves.
Steady on then.
That's not how you treat a doctor, lads.
I would know. I treat her well. The thugs instinctively draw their knives, a habit developed in their line of work.
What are you doing to her?
Lord Santos would like to have a word with the doctor. That's all.
And we just needed to immediately threaten her. You know, like good people would.
You're not taking her anywhere. Don't you see she's taking care of this girl?
She bares her claws, digging her heels into the ground.
Yeah, I'm not asking for permission, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's not really how we do things. I have a gun. Makano snaps his fingers.
Grab the doctor. Ice the rest of them.
Dang it. Why's everyone gotta be so rude around here? And why does everyone gotta be so good at dodging? Ooh, I do like these designs though. This guy's got a fucking mace. Just cuz.
I can hear it.
Alright, let's get this over to the proper area.
Have a little faith in me, master.
Oh, we don't have enough yet. Fine. We'll just... Oh wait, no. Make these the precision, then we'll get it over. We'll get it over there eventually.
Keep calm.
Aim and shoot.
Oh, we're almost there. Oh wait, they're not dodgy anymore. Should probably pay attention to that. Well, never mind, they're all dead.
Finally, it's just you and me, master.
You know, that attack is pretty good. Gotta say. Kimberly clasps the head of the thug in her claws, poising to crush it, but she hesitates, glancing back at the doctor.
Stop. Enough. I won't have you fighting in my clinic.
Kimberly releases her grip.
Doctor?
But they've got the girl, Doctor.
The feverish girl's unconscious body has been thrown over the shoulder of one of the thugs.
This lady definitely isn't from the favela. So what's she doing here?
She's ill. She needs my help. That is all I ever ask.
Well, all we need is you, Doc. So how's about we make a deal? You come with us, we let the rest of your friends go. Understood?
So be it.
Oh no, don't do it. They're gonna make a clone of you and then kill you.
Please, Doctor, stand aside. I'll happily take care of these rats.
Take care of these rats. Those little rats who want some cheese.
However, once violence starts and blood is spilled, there will be no end to it. For now, I would be happy to meet with this Senor Santos and seek out a peaceful resolution. I'll come with you.
See? We can all be friends.
We can all be friends after I needlessly threaten you. Like 2 seconds after you thinking about our proposition. The thug pushes the feverish girl away towards Kimberly.
Martin.
Kimberly catches her, holding her tightly in her arms. Oh no.
If she doesn't wake up tonight, take her to the veteran's residence first thing in the morning.
Alright, get the doctor straight to his reverence.
Oh no. I better not fucking kill Dr. Doris. I'll be livid. A long sleep with no dreams. No worries, no troubles, no thoughts. Like being back in a warm, dark, damp room. Oh, flash on the screen a little bit. She awakens to an unfamiliar place. It's quiet and strange. Oh.
Have a good rest, did you, Sleeping Beauty?
White Room is way too flirty.
You've missed quite a bit. All terrible, I'm afraid.
Oh, you missed all the bad shit. But don't worry, there's more bad shit to come. A talking ship inside a bottle. A tiny floating fortress on the water. And beside her, a worried Miss Kimberly.
Where am I? You and this lass were drifting down the river after your ship went down. You'd have met Dr. Doris had you woken up a little sooner.
Doctor?
Dr. Doris.
Dr. Doris. Yes.
That's the whole reason I came here.
From the veteran's residence. She saved you from the very claws of death. She...
She can't walk. Her body is too heavy. Yeah, knees weak, mom's spaghetti. Vomited on her sweater already.
Not lass, but the good doctor pulled you through. She was right there by your bedside the whole time. The good news is, we think she's still alive.
We think.
Still alive? What's the bad news then?
Well, we only think she's still alive. We don't know.
Bad news is she's been snatched up by the Apostles' Brotherhood.
What?
Rest now, lass. They aren't likely to hurt her for now. You'll need your strength for later.
When we bust down the door and fucking kill them all.
By the name of Santos wanted to have a word with her, so they said.
But we know what that means, lass. Everything has gone to hell since the ship sank.
But Lepera and Sotheby, where are they?
There's a shooting pain in her arm.
We all fell into the water. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. We washed ashore together. My map. Have you seen it? I have to get to the veterans' residence. They may very well be waiting for me there.
We need to get there. We need to get anywhere. Where the fuck is everyone? Where am I? Who are you?
Well, I may be just the ship to get you there, ladies.
Luckily for you, I already know how to get there. To be continued. Oh, this is good. I'm liking this chapter so far. It's going along at a much better pace than the last one did, I'll say. Because chapter 7, it was good, but it was very long. Like, they could have split that into 2 chapters, really. Oh, Pablo, Bossa Nova. I do love me a good Bossa Nova. Boom, boo doo doo, boo doo doo, boom, boo doo doo. After instructing his men to take Dr. Doris to their chapel hideout, Marcando walks over to Duncan, who is watching over a group of hostages.
You're a clever one, viejo. I like working with your type.
The hostages, Galeno among them, are lined up on their knees, their hands tied behind their backs. Marcando has offered they be taken to the manor.
Much appreciated. I've tried to pick up a thing or two over the years.
You've had plenty of time to learn, a man of your age. By the way, what about that girl? Where'd she go?
Where'd she go? I sent her home, whatever.
No, maybe got scared away. You know how little rich girls are. I'm certain she's found her way back to her daddy's bodyguards. She'll be no cause for concern.
Fine. No need to worry about this spoiled little girl. Now this bastard, on the other hand.
Oh, why are you saying that about him, eh? Marcando kicks Galeno hard in the stomach.
Leave the boy be. He's not got much time left if he doesn't give up those names.
His eyes dart around, keenly scanning his surroundings. Marcano had left with about a dozen men, but he's only come back with 9.
Hot enough out here? Luckily, I've got a bit of vino left. You a fan of wine, Senor Marcando? I'll fetch some for us, and all the brothers and sisters here. Let's drink to the Brotherhood and the opportunities that lie ahead.
Do not worry, I won't poison them.
You old fox, I see your game. But why not? We could all use a drink.
I see your game, you're going to poison us, but whatever.
You, over there! Keep a watch on this guy. Don't let him get away.
He gives Jalano a kick in the backside as he leaves. Old Duncan waits by the river, his eyes anxiously fixed upstream. Eventually, a small boat carrying La Porra and a few men rows into view.
Finally.
Took you long enough, Jesus. The boat docks, then they jump ashore one by one, carrying spiked wine in their hands.
Duncan, you nearly had me there. When did you plan all this?
On the spot.
Going for a while, but things have been changing fast lately. Honestly, I didn't expect to be doing this now.
He counts the men, just 6 of them, fewer than expected, but enough.
There's enough snoring syrup in the wine now to put them all in a dreamy, deep, deep sleep.
All in a dreamy, deep, deep sleep. She says that with the widest smile on her face, like, we're gonna drug these fuckers to death.
Oh, but might it have had a stronger effect if I had included a dash of slumber belladonna in the recipe?
Slumber belladonna in the recipe.
This will be more than enough, little lady. We only need to get them to drink the wine. Then?
Oh, then you must drink this. Just a drop.
Just a drop. She rummages around in her skirt for the potion. Eventually, she produces a bottle of thick pine green liquid.
It will stay on your tongue and prickle around in your mouth. That way you won't drift off like the others. I've concocted much tastier potions before, but this one...
This one will have to do. Sigh. Memories of her past experiments come flooding back, almost bringing her to tears. Oh
It'll
no.
do just fine. Thank you, little lady.
Thank you, little lady. He smiles as he takes the bottle and downs its contents. He raises his flute, signaling the next step of the plan.
Pass me the wine and wait for my signal. When you hear me playing this flute, you'll know it's time to strike.
When you hear me playing the flute, that's when you know it's time to fucking party.
The wine's here, courtesy of an old friend from Mexico. Take a glass, everyone.
Oh, an old friend from Mexico.
Here's
Let's
to
go.
His Reverence's good health.
To his reverence's health.
Yeah, to his reverence's health or whatever.
To the Invincible Brotherhood.
To Marcando.
The flattery and alcohol have successfully lowered Marcando's guard.
Duncan, is that your flute? Give it over.
Marcando snatches Duncan's flute and looks it over.
This is a fine flute. Duncan, did you said that you got a friend in Mexico? Huh? You know that old Mexican song, La Llorona?
La Llorona. Can't blow the flute just yet. A few men are still awake.
That I do. I learned it from the best. In the cactus back in Tulum. From a fine young lady with silky hair and gentle eyes as dark as coffee.
An impoverished lie. But there's truth in it. The cactus bar in Tulum is real, at least. We got that much down.
So, how fine was this chica, huh?
Chicken? No, don't call her a chicken. It seems that beautiful ladies are much more interesting than music to him. I wonder why that could be. Music is so amazing,
Don't
though.
let me start spinning that yarn. It'll be no fun for you to watch an old man bursting into tears.
Lies and fake tears. Duncan's acting wouldn't fool the sober, but with his audience under the influence of alcohol and potions, yeah, he'll get away with it.
I'll only say I was heartbroken by the time I left. That love of mine. Anyway, enough.
Anyway, who
about
gives a
those
shit?
flames of yesterday. Let's raise a glass to a better tomorrow.
To poor old Duncan.
To poor old Duncan.
Bad with women. Duncan adeptly retrieves his flute before pouring out more drinks. And you're like, no, give that shit back. Yeah, give me that shit back right now. He feigns joy, drinking and laughing with his new friends until they're too drunk to stand, and then he kills all of them while they're down, slitting their throats. Every one of them is utterly inebriated. Marcando and his hounds pass out one by one, till they're all fast asleep. He blows his flute and his companions jump into action.
Good music. Who are you?
Who are you? What's going on there, mate? Back in the favela. Yeah, I figure that the best person to pair Kimberly with is Kakanya, actually, because Kakanya has so much excess HP compared to other characters.
Loading.
Let's do these. I think these are good. A good use of the dead turn. What is essentially a dead turn. We couldn't get the good one over there quick enough. Alright, now we'll do you, 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 you. Then we'll do, yep, that seems right. Back to 4. 3. 2.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Didn't see my gun coming, did you? Oh, dodged it. Damn. At least they don't get a turn now. Okay, let's... I don't like how this is set up, but oh well. And we'll have those two go together, those two connect. And then, this really does not need to be in the precision spot. But, oh well, we can't do anything, they can't do anything either, it's fine. We've already made it so they can't act, so it really doesn't matter. You must see your true self. Get shot, idiot.
Sweet dreams.
Yay! We got a little demon friend. Yeah, that takes care of him.
I need your feedback on our session.
We should have just done that from the start.
Lopera, Galeno, come on, give me a hand.
Lopera, Galeno.
Pinche traidor.
Fucking traitor.
Time to cash you out.
He pins the struggling Marcano to the ground.
Begging for Lord Santos' mercy.
Be reasonable, kid. The Brotherhood is finished. Your time's up.
I'll be begging for you to shut the fuck up. He pulls the knife from Galeno's waist and finishes Marcando off. The Sao Pablo way.
Don't let them slip away!
Mr. Carson, but you...
Mr. Carson, how could you murder someone, even though they were a Nazi? Like, oh, you will learn quickly here, kid. We killed the Nazis. Don't let them fucking slip away. She swallows her words, but no, her butler would never do something like this. This is the raw, fierce power of a man who has lived on the streets of the favela. Meanwhile, La Porta catches up to a fleeing thug and cracks him over the head with the butt of her gun.
Let me.
He picks up a metal bat and stands over the fallen thug in front of La Porta.
You can handle this?
Oh, I can fucking handle this. He is ready to kill.
Got it.
He swallows hard and aims at the spot where the gun butt had struck.
For the favela, the Brotherhood must go!
Nice. Good job, Galeno. The battle is over. There wasn't much of a fight.
Don't mention it. If this means we can get rid of them for good, it'll all be worth it. So what's next?
Damn, now that's a trooper right there.
Next, Zeno will come around to pick you up. But first, we've got to get back to the veterans' residence.
That is where both our plots will converge. Unease spreads among the group. They exchange a few glances.
No, senor. One of you has to stay. The people need to see you, or they'll worry that you've deserted us.
I can make it there on my own. Stay with them, Duncan.
Yeah, you should probably clear that up. That you were just doing a little silly. And me! Celebi feels so out of place here. Celebi has been stranded with a group that she does not belong in. Celebi just does not belong here at all. Hello, I'm here too. An unexpected volunteer steps forward.
I've seen there are many sick children here in the favela. I'm certain that I could do something to help them.
Hee
I'm not sure it's a good idea, Sotheby. The favelas can be dangerous if you don't know them.
The brave young lady can stay with me if she likes. I'll keep her safe.
Galeno and the others nod. Like,
What do you
yeah.
say to that, little lady?
Miss Sotheby is never afraid.
Miss Celebi is never afraid, except for when I'm mortified for my life. But that doesn't count. Yeah.
It's decided.
She looks left to right.
Lopera, head for the veterans' residence. Tell them what happened and contact Admiral Igor from there.
All hesitation leaves Lapola's body once she hears her father's name.
Galeno, you've done us proud, kid. If I were king, I'd have made you a knight. Who knows? Maybe the little lady could do that for us.
The little lady. Or she could at least give us some fucking money, like, girl, come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I was rich back in 1929, which means nowadays, with the money I still have, I'm now poor.
But first, young Galeno, we'll seek another deed worthy of knighthood. It's time we fight for our people.
Well, that went well. It's nice when a plan just goes correctly and we don't gotta, like, struggle too much for it. I appreciate that. An ordinary-looking wrench, bursting with stories and the marks of time, just like the old craftsman it belongs to. I do like this memory fragment stuff they're doing. It's interesting. Yeah, we already got that part. Don't be fooled by its plain appearance. This here is the foundation of all my work. Just as much as my calloused old hands. Just as much as my calloused old hands. That's the voice I should be using for this. But oh well, we'll figure that out later. Now it's Christmas time! Christmas! We hear the song every night we bid the day farewell, wishing you peace, my dear. Silent night, holy night, I will come, slit your throat. Yeah, it doesn't really match the rhyming scheme, but it gets across the point. The route from the favela to the veterans' residence is quite familiar to Whiterun. She has ferried the doctor back and forth several times.
Ever been to a veteran's residence? Not many young faces there, besides Lopera. As far as the doc goes, doubtful anyone knows her real age. And even the saltiest sailor knows better than to ask a lady her age.
We just assume everyone is somewhere from 18 to 87.
I see that joke missed the bow, so to speak.
Oh, I love her. She is
No,
amazing.
No. It wasn't a bad joke at all. Really.
No, it's fine. Just, a joke would usually warrant some kind of response, but,
Aye. Thanks for the kind words, lass. But best to leave old Flotsam where it lies.
Don't need to humor me, lass. I know it was shit. Barely even qualified as a joke. Madame Marina from the veterans' residence brings out some snacks. There's plenty of sugar to go around in this neck of the woods.
Have you been feeling this sweet young lady's head with your tall-tailed shippy?
Shippy? The little ship used to live with the doctor in the veterans' residence, but today she returns alone, and neither one of her passengers is her old roommate.
Sorry to show up without proper notice.
Oh, don't worry about it. Any friend of Lopera is a friend of ours. If you'd come a couple of days earlier, we would have introduced you to Senor Duncan and Dr. Doris. But they've not been around in a while.
It's almost like they got taken away for the plot.
That's a shame. I was looking forward to meeting them. Hopefully we'll see them soon.
Kimberly wanders the courtyard. She's still on guard, but she seems to be oddly familiar with this place.
You know, I knew a girl who looked just like her. A caregiver here way back in the 60s.
Ooh.
Back when this place was called Heartfelt Home.
She scratches the chin of the kitten in her arms. Yay,
But it
cat.
can't be her now, can it? Besides, I'm old now, and my memory is a bit fuzzier than it used to be.
It happens to the best of us, girl. Happens to the best of us.
May I see Dr. Doris' room?
She wouldn't mind, but please be careful not to move anything.
That would really fuck with her. And that would be really messed up to do to a blind person.
Is that one over there, dear? She never locks the door.
Oh god, that would be such a fucked up thing to do to a blind person, is just like go into their room and move their stuff around like a little bit. Not much, just like a few inches over at most for everything. That would fuck with them so hard. But like that'd be so fucked up. The place looks no different from the other rooms in the courtyard, but the door is slightly ajar. Which is weird, you'd think it'd be a door, but oh well. Green vines hang from the roof, and the weathered walls bear the passage of time. A simple little home. Kimberly stands by the door, a stray cat in her arms. She scratches its belly. With her nice little claws, she gives the best stretches. Hmm?
Dare you scratch me!
How dare you scratch me? She like rips the cat apart. She just like rips it open. The cat leaps out of Kimberly's arms, grabs hold of one of the vines, and clambers over the walls of the veteran's residence.
Back here, you fluffy rapscallion! I'll have your tail, you hear me?
I'll fucking kill you! She's not as agile as she looks, or perhaps the kitten was made her soft. She fails to catch it, instead stumbling into the door, throwing it wide open and hitting the floor with a thud.
Miss Kimberly.
How did that happen?
No, she got little tears.
And how long have you been standing there?
We've been standing here the
Just
whole
a little
time.
while. Funny. I've never thought to open a door like that before. Come along. Let's take a peek inside.
Guest room, veteran's residence. It's a rather ordinary guest room. Oh, the chair with a button on it? Except there's a peculiar white marble chair sitting by the window. It has a red button on the armrest. Not sure what that does. The marble feels familiar, but no memories come to mind. Odd how they both have some kind of familiarity with this place. Odd how the narration is saying that, even though, like, that's not like a thought that should be happening in any of the characters.
What's this red button on the chair?
The button seems totally out of place, as if daring someone to press it. Like, come on, mate, come on. Kimberly takes a seat and curiously presses the button. Why would you press the button while on the seat? Click, 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 click. Despite her fervent pressing, nothing happens. Frustrated, she swings her legs over the other side of the chair.
Good for nothing.
Why are you mad at it? She's so feisty. A tasteless decoration. No one knows why this chair is in the doctor's room. But pressing the button didn't trigger an explosion or anything of the like. Simply a functionless, harmless little contraption. It's just a stim toy she has. Just like pressing the button. On the other side of the room, the doctor's desk holds a stack of manuscripts.
These must be articles that she hasn't sent out yet.
Notes on the districts of Sao Paulo, records of Arcanus and the Favelas, investigations into plantation economies in northeastern Brazil.
She's a good woman. And her room smells like a good woman's room. You don't find many of those around these days.
What smell is that exactly, Kimberly? She's just smelling around like, oh yeah, I can smell she's a good woman. Oh, I can smell she's a good woman. Trust me. Like,
what makes you say so?
Yeah, what makes you say so? How do you come to that
Well,
conclusion?
firstly, she did save your life. And secondly, it's hard to explain. Good people have a smell. A pleasant one. My nose has never been wrong.
Good people tend to actually shower and take care of themselves, whereas bad people tend not to.
Burton.
We'll bring her home safely.
This typewriter seems like it's seen a lot of use.
Do you see any drafts? Any samples?
Why does Burton get the special, like, diamond character profile where everyone else gets a box?
I can't say. I'm not very familiar with these things. Take a look. She signed something here. But I thought her name was Doris.
Doris. There's a single word written at the bottom of the manuscript. It's Erd. We already know she's Erd. Like, you told us this. Did Burton not know this? I thought she did. Mariana! A familiar voice echoes from outside. Oh, that's all? Weird. I'm not sure why it was called Silent Night, Holy Night. Odd title for the chapter. Segment, whatever. Oh, we get a new memory as well. The Wall of Gratitude! There's a secret group in the world that does good deeds in silence. Let's list all its members on this wall. Let's appreciate kindness. Dear anonymous gentlemen, the Veterans Residence deeply appreciates your generosities. Your donations have been a great help during these difficult times. We've taken to calling you Mr. Marble after your donation of that fine marble chair. I assume some marble holds some special significance for you. If you happen to see this letter, we hope that you will one day come through the door and accept our thanks and hospitality. I'm sure you'll be pleased and comforted by the heartwarming sights inside the home you've so long supported. And we'd love to hear the story behind the large red button you've placed on your gifted chair. We'd love to know what the hell that is. Like, are you like tracking us or something? Whenever we press the button, it sends you a notification. Those pristine wings, however, could never, ever fly across the riverbank. Potocordalosa. Oh wait, we got something for you as well. Oh fuck, I forgot to put these in. A roll of bandages fighting back death's descent upon her patients, and extinguishing the world's light from the eyes of the doctor. Once you get used to the darkness, you'll find it kind compared to the fate that took my sight. What fate took her sight? I thought she was like born blind. Oh. This is my first diary entry. Old Cordelia said she would help me with my writing. He kept laughing and said I should use punctuation, but she did not tell me what punctuation is. It sounds like seasoning. Oh yeah, there's no punctuation here. That's funny. That's a good flavor win. I like that. It did not tell me what punctuation is. It sounds like seasoning. Old Quitelia brought me to a place called a nursing home. It is rubbish here, and old too, and the people's faces are all wrinkled up, and she wants me to start learning to read and do something called work, so I can stay here and eat, and I do not want to keep running away anyway. These people cannot find me here. I do... Oh wait, did she learn punctuation? That's... Oh, only in a month. It only took a month. That's pretty good. These elderly people move so slowly. Where is the thrill? They all looked at my clothes and said I must be a rich girl from somewhere far away. I told them about my past. They laughed so much. Oh, she only kind of learned about punctuation. She learned the exclamation point, basically. She hasn't gotten to periods yet. Old Quitelia didn't laugh and another didn't laugh either. The one they call the soprano. She said I was a pampered poor little thing. Fate likes to lift people up and then smash them down. I don't know what that means. But I don't like her calling me a poor little thing. Bugs are little. They are not good things. They taste bad. What are you on about, girl? Some even taste like dirt. So I'm not a bug. She also asked why I was not angry at the soprano. I do not understand why I should be angry. The soprano says bad things, but she did not hurt me. People who love to see good things are the most dangerous. I like how in a month she kind of learned punctuation. Like, she learned a little bit. Oh, now it's been a few months. Like a whole, 5-6 months. After picking up the morning truth paper, I tidied up the soprano's bed. I saw many newspaper clippings under her pillow, all about the opera house. After earning evening prayers, I was about to take back the soprano's handkerchief when she suddenly grabbed me. She asked if I couldn't see that life was getting worse. She said I must understand that feeling, but I didn't understand what she was talking about. She said when your skin becomes wrinkled you'll understand, and everyone will die without dignity and regret and ignorance. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was very scared. I thought of my sister. I didn't want to become my sister. After I put out the candle by her bed, she suddenly hugged me tightly and cried like a little girl. I copied what Quitelia does and gently patted her back. She soon fell asleep. Old Quitelia announced to everyone that it was 1-year anniversary of my arrival at Heartfelt Home. I was very happy because it meant there was a lot of food and no work. They said I was the star today, and I could decide everything. Just like when I was at the mansion. I asked them if there were any ponies here. I wanted to ride one and let them chase me. The elderly laughed so hard that their dentures fell out. They all said they wanted to try, so I rode our Jenny the cow, and she trotted majestically. I rode on its back, and they chased me with their canes and wheelchairs. They fell, got up, and laughed heartily. No one helped them up. Finally, the soprano caught me. She cleverly used a bundle of hay to catch Jenny. When we got back, Quitelia scolded me, saying I could have broken their old bones, but everyone was happy, and so was I. At night, old Quitelia gently patted my back, but I couldn't sleep. I thought of the soprano's words. I've been thinking about her words a lot lately. I've asked Quitelia if we would really just get worse and worse. She kissed my forehead and said, "Ah, what nonsense is that?" But I promised the soprano not to reveal her secret, so I said nothing. That night, I dreamt of my old gardens, but strangely, Jenny the cow was there too. Aw, she's learning emotions. It loved to tease us, swooping down from the eaves, landing on our heads and shoulders as if it were a mischievous child. Interesting. That's really neat. Potocor de Rosa. Light a candle in memory of the departed. Oh yeah. Miss Kimberly here is gonna have a lot of memories to go through, huh?
Oh, more visitors.
Who's it? It's La Parra. She's safe. La Parra. But where's Celebi?
Thank goodness. You survived too. What about Sotheby?
She better be alive. I need my funny little rich girl to be alive.
Oh, something happened in the favela earlier, so she decided to stay there. Don't worry, Duncan's with her. We've got bad news. Dr. Doris has been abducted by the Brotherhood.
What? Idiotas! What's wrong with them?
Idiotas. Idiotas.
Guess I'll call the base. Mi Viejo will figure something out.
Sink me, Lepera! I thought you'd been sent to Davy Jones' locker.
White rum soars through the air and lands squarely in Lepera's arms. The ferocity of the embrace is enough to knock a grown man to the ground.
Why did you think that? I'm tougher than the stubble on the chins of the old geezers here. I'm like you, a ship that'll never sink.
Timekeeper? Who's that over there?
Who's that over there? Do you have a demon with you right now, Timekeeper? Kimberly is peeking out through the doorway, only a sliver of her face showing through the gap.
Kimberly? Did Mi Viejo let you go?
Oh no! Oh yeah, she knows her. She's been released?
Oh, Timekeeper, let me explain. When we were routing out the deserters, we found Kimberly hanging out with the Manus thugs. Pa took her off somewhere. And he always has a plan, so I didn't bother asking where she ended up.
Hey, come over here and say hi. When did Pa let you go?
When did Pa let you go?
Or did you sneak out somehow?
He's saying that so slyly. Kimberly's eyes shift, her claws tense, as if ready to spring into action at any moment.
I think, Miss Kimberly, didn't you pull me out of the water?
How did you know?
How did you know? Well, process of elimination, really.
Shortly after my fever subsided, I started to remember what happened just before I lost consciousness. There was a voice ringing in my head. It was you calling out to me.
Vertin, I can't have you dying here. You mustn't give up.
Yo, that was good. That was a good impression of her.
What? I did not say that. I just took you to the doctor and left.
Hump, hump, hump. Don't you dare assume that I have empathy. I don't like that. Hump. Her protestation is almost a scream.
Aye, 'tis true what Vertin says. Though Kimberly denies it, she chose to save her. Even when she had plenty of chances to blow the last down. She's a good lass at heart. Not an enemy, Lepera.
I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh, she's blushing! Yay, I love her. She's adorable. Lepera lowers her guard, offering a friendly wave to Kimberly. Kimberly cautiously steps out of the doorway, but maintains some distance between the two of them. Lepora looks at her new friend. Her attire has given her a totally different appearance. After a brief pause, Lepora smiles at her.
You have to understand, it's pretty hard not to suspect someone who hangs around with the Manus. Anyway, I guess there must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Back then, I didn't have time to... In any case, I'm sorry, Kimberly.
Sorry for getting you arrested. Oopsies. Teehee. Taha. Lepora extends a hand in a gesture of peace, but Kimberly hesitates, her claws tensing up once again.
It's fine, but don't think I'll forgive you so easily. Speaking of the Manus and the Brotherhood, I never quite understood what they were trying to do.
I don't blame you. I still don't really get it either.
They aren't really clear with their goals. Although that's kind of the point of Nazism,
So
you
you're
know?
really not in the same boat as them.
A sudden yet perfectly reasonable question.
Of course not! I don't have a boat! No, I mean, I'm not in any boat with anyone! You've only found my...
She looks around as if she's forgotten something but finds nothing.
Listen, I don't know who it is you're looking for, but it's not me. I've already told you everything I know. If I'm not welcome here, now get out of your way. Just... please, don't take me back to that place. I don't want to see that thing ever again.
Oh my god, what did they do to her? Jesus. She refuses to look at the weapons around Lepora's waist. Perhaps in a restrained sense of rejection or fear, or something hidden deep within her heart.
All right, girls. If you want to have a chat, at least take a seat first.
Don't talk while standing up. That's so unladylike.
It won't do to have you all standing around the entrance like this.
You're blocking up the place. We get a lot of nighttime visitors. Madame Marina takes Kimberly with one hand and Lepora with the other and leads them back to the courtyard. When they arrive, she lays out some pacoca for them to snack on.
Eating candy is bad for your teeth, Bobo.
Bobo.
Oh, I'm much too old to worry about that. When you reach my age and just waking up each day is a blessing, you'll eat whatever you want too.
Oh, true that. Oh my god. When you get to my age, you will not give a shit. Like, I am living on a countdown timer at this point. I will eat whatever the fuck I want.
Mamai Mariana, could I have a word with you, please?
Mamai
I
Mariana.
have some questions about Mr. Duncan.
Oh, Duncan. What kind of trouble has he stirred up now? All right then. Why don't we head inside and give those two some space? And Lopera, apologize to that poor girl properly. You hear?
Okay, but can we stay around listening to these two? I feel like that's more interesting than hearing about Duncan. I'll be real. Every lost friend is worth remembering.
Mi Viejo released you, which means you can't be trusted. And you saved Verton's life too. I guess I shouldn't have been so hostile towards you. Here, have a drink. As a token of my apology.
She hands her a warm cup of something dark. It has a rich smell.
Salvadoran coffee. Great if you need to pull an all-nighter.
Kimberly raises the cup to her mouth with both hands and curiously sticks her tongue into the liquid.
So bitter!
Yep.
Bitter!
The old days.
Lepora falls silent for a while. Kimberly glances at the gun around Lepora's waist.
You know, back in Colombia, my father did horrible things to his plantation workers.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how plantations go. They're not exactly known for being fun places to work. You know, work, quote unquote.
Well, my biological father. Not Igor.
Lepora looks off into the sky and laughs resignedly. It's as if she just spoke of a stranger rather than her flesh and blood.
He said, "No, that's not the sound of gunfire outside. The workers are setting off fireworks. They're celebrating, but they weren't fireworks. He betrayed his workers, his compatriots. It wasn't a celebration. It was a massacre."
Yeah. They tried to start a union, and, He got them real fucking quick when he heard word of that.
After that, I ran away from home. One day, the Admiral and Molly found me. That's how I joined Xeno. Betrayal's as common as dirt here. Comrades, friends, family, anyone could sell you out. And for cheap, too.
Like, come on, if you're gonna sell me out for a good, at least like couple $100,000.
I hope
Like,
you
come
can
on.
find your boat soon. You know, a place where people have your back.
Can I not drink this?
Of course. Don't force yourself. I know the taste isn't for everyone.
Can I not drink this? That's so me coded. I feel like so often people offer me, like, whenever people offer me shit like that, I'm just like, I'll taste it once and be like, I'd really rather not. Clips the cups with her new friend.
Carlota Lopez Rivera. That's my full name. Bit of a mouthful, huh?
La Porta stretches out her arm, closes one eye and lines up the moon between her fingers. Closes her fists, but catches nothing but the air.
I wanted to erase it from my profile. From everywhere, to be honest. But mi viejo disapproved.
She fiddles with her fingers, her eyes lingering on that unobtainable celestial body. I will get you one day, Moon. You'll be fucking mine.
Molly agreed with him. She said, "You mustn't forget your past, Beta." So I let it go. But Lopera sounds so much nicer, so I preferred to go by that. And you, Kimberly? What's your real name?
Kimberly hesitates, like...
Nalahari. The residents of Heartfelt Home called me Anjonala.
Anjonala. Nalahari. Interesting. So she's telling her about that experience.
Do you remember?
It must have been 5, maybe 6 years ago. I'm not entirely sure.
5 or 6 years ago. Nowhere near the 20s. What's going on? What the heck is going on here? You're telling me he didn't immediately go from America to Brazil?
Do you have any photos of him?
Mariana holds out, nods and pulls a photograph from the storage room.
We do have one, but he's been gathering
Dust
dust
for
for
years.
years. Let me see. Here. This is him.
This is him. Look at this little rascal. It's the same photo as before. She points to the man who looked like Mr.
I
Carson.
knew a gentleman who looked just like him. His name was Carson. Did Mr. Duncan ever go by that name?
The old woman blows the dust off the frame.
No, not that any of us are aware of anyway. And I've known him since I was a medic in the army. Back then, people called him Duncan the Dauntless, or the all-powerful Duncan. I never once heard Carson or anything of the like.
Oh, I never called him Carson. All they talk about are that he has donuts. And we
Sorry, I
find the
couldn't be of more
secrets of those
Minakadi.
donuts. Minakadi. I just love the little throws in of other languages. It's so cool and cute. It seems an in-person meeting with Mr. Duncan is in order. As they head outside, black flashes across their vision as a crow swoops down from above. It releases the letter clutched in its claws.
A crow?
The crow perches nearby as the letter flutters down and lands at their feet. The old woman picks it up and breaks the seal.
Oh dear, this looks like bad news.
The crows are revolting.
Santos.
It's a cleanly written ransom note signed Santos.
Dr. Doras is being held captive in the Colonel's manor. He's given us 3 days. He says that if Zeno doesn't return the deserters they detained, he'll execute the doctor. Mamai Mariana, please contact Admiral Igor. We need Zeno's help.
We need Zeno's help here. We can't lose that woman. She's too cool. If we lose her, we won't have our blind person anymore. How will we live without her? Oh, I'm surprised. Oh. Urgent need for counseling. Yeah. He needs counseling, and whoever counsels him will also need it too. Now that's a mood. Interrogation record SF1. Street Fighter 1. Below is a recording of the interrogation of a member of the Order of Enlightenment that occurred in San Francisco. Next, you will need to answer a few simple questions. This Order of Enlightenment is just another front for Manus Vindictae, correct? Ask whatever you like. I ain't gonna tell you anything, Foundation lapdog. Please calm down. This doesn't have to be a hostile investigation, but your answers here will influence our assessment of you. You know Arcana is dead, right? Ignorant fool! The Guiding One's fate is always in her own hands. She chose a temporary death to suffer for us. One day she will return like an angel and will be reunioned. We will once again become one, returning to that glorious age. I have no intention of arguing with you. You're sweating profusely. Do you need some water? I won't drink anything you give me. Alright, let's finish this quickly so you can return to your room and rest. Can you tell me who your current leader is? Is it Forget-Me-Not, or the former School of Aparian Arcanist Sophia, or someone else? How dare you call the preacher by her name? You may go now. Please notify the next person. Never mind, I'll call him myself. You're hopeless. Just don't even bother. I'm surprised we haven't gotten anything for Lepora yet. Ah, first clear and we get this thing. A suspended lute. A magnetic medium with a recording memory. Now the die is cast. Oh, let's see how this goes. The sleepless man. Incapable of the act of sleeping. The poor fuck. Admiral Iger rarely makes calls to Zeno headquarters, but the situation has become desperate.
Igor, how are things in San Paulo?
How are things?
Worse than expected.
Things are bad. Oh.
I have no number of troops with me, but not enough to deal with the situation.
Situated.
Things have gotten out of hand. At least one of the Apostles' Brotherhood leaders has pledged allegiance to the Manus.
Brotherhood. These new gangs just keep popping up, don't they? It's like cutting down sugarcane. Before you know it, another one's grown in its place.
They just keep making new cults.
By his own subordinates. Even now, some of the deserters are with the Brotherhood.
This news is met with a prolonged silence.
Did you catch them?
Did you catch
Some
them?
have already been executed. The rest will be transferred to headquarters for interrogation.
Interrogation.
Good. What assistance do you require, comrade?
An army. A reliable one.
An army? I'm afraid that's not possible. We simply don't have the men to spare.
What the fuck are you getting up to where you need that many people? Oh, you know. Times have gotten hard. We're in like 8 wars at once, you know.
To be large.
Just reliable.
Just dispatch my Sentinel unit from Buenos Aires to Sao Paulo.
A loyal army led by the children he raised himself, composed of orphans of war born into Zeno's cause.
Or, at the very least, sempre me.
Pelimi.
Ptolemy.
Polemi.
Ah, one of your orphan children. That seems like a feasible solution.
That seems good enough. We can go with that. Why not?
Yes. His parents die fighting for Zeno. All my children are loyal to a fault.
I tell them not to be. They're really weird about
Officer
it.
Carlos was shot in the head by one of his own men in this very office. I need soldiers I can trust.
Ah, so the fearless Igor is afraid of death after all.
Yeah, no
An
shit.
officer was killed by his own soldiers at his own base. This is an immense stain on Zeno's honor.
How little honor they have left. Igor clings to it like a leaf to a tree in winter.
Indeed. If everything goes according to plan, you'll see your unit shortly.
Shortly.
Now it's just a matter of time.
The Admiral tosses the dice in his hands, up and down, up and down. He receives the same oracle, the same answer. Like the inscription on the Behistone monument. It is eternal, unchanging. His heart is a hanging lyre gently plucked. An ancient verse rises to the old Admiral's memory. Dark omens, ill prophecies, it is all whispered from his lips. His large, manly lips.
Я видел ястреба, что гнался за голубкой. Бога солнца, который туго натягивал свою золотую тетиву.
I've seen the hawk chase the dove. I watched as the wooden horse was welcomed into our territories. Sacred fountain flowed with the blood of the fledgling birds. A man of steely mind and lofty pride knows that his city will endure, its walls will stand strong, it will be as steadfast as the earth's core. What wickedness! Oh. The die is cast. A pale shroud will devour him. He will be enveloped by the dark night. One. All for a better future. A better future for everyone. So anyways, on this rain-soaked night, this is the only answer.
Admiral.
Come in.
Admiral.
Yesterday, we received word from the Timekeeper that Dr. Torres has been abducted by the Apostles' Brotherhood. She should be coordinating with Opera to set up a rescue operation as we speak.
Admiral, why do you have 8,000 dice on your desk? Do not worry about that. That is not important. He breathed a sigh of relief. The doctor may have been abducted, but at least the Timekeeper is safe.
Also, that girl who escaped, Kimberly, is with the Timekeeper. She claims that she was released.
Just play along with your lie. There is no need to tell Opera the truth.
No
The
need, who
Brotherhood
cares?
has demanded that we exchange the detained deserters for the doctor. Forgive me for issuing instructions without your consent, but if we refuse or ignore them, I'm afraid they'll...
They'll execute the doctor.
Yeah. He knows full well the ways of these thugs. We know how
What
this
arrangements
goes.
did you make?
Mulder, the boulder throw holder, tenses up a little, unsure of how her father will react to her decision.
I told the timekeeper that Xeno reinforcements would meet her at the veteran's residence. Since Lopera is familiar with the place, I also asked her to scout out the rendezvous location. And yes, I played along with Kimberly's lie. I assumed you would have done the same, Father.
I have picked up at this point that you like lying to people, and it is pretty fun, so, you know, we do our best. Offline? Why am I offline? Okay, never mind, I'm doing good. We're here. While the Admiral refused to talk to anyone last night, his daughter had been modeling her actions after him.
Your squad will soon arrive. Take them to Lopera at the rendezvous point and bring the doctor back.
Bring the doctor back.
A squad?
The Admiral gazes out the window. He scans the barren fort. The weathered stone and the vines slowly wearing away at the walls. How did this come to be?
I have spoken with headquarters. All going well. Telemi and the unit will arrive soon.
Telemi. Mulder's body relaxes a little, and a smile grows on her face.
I see. I can hardly remember the last time we were all together.
But we all must come together for the arrival of Plot. And thus we will transform into Volcron, as is our duty.
Your father died in Abadan. In a war he had no obligation to fight in.
It's far more glorious to die in the throes of battle than to wither away on a sick bed. He made an honorable sacrifice.
How shameful that we would tarnish his honor.
His honor. Honor is a thing easily stained.
Let's begin with that young pilot, Lilia. Tell me, what do you think of her?
She has just kind of been absent this plot. What is she up
She's
to?
well trained, experienced, a straight shooter, similar to Lopera in many ways.
She's a true Slav, just like my brothers and sisters back home.
Stubborn, loyal, brave, and as unshakable as frozen Siberian earth.
I suppose she's luckier than Lopera, not destined to become a traitor like her.
Destined to become a traitor?
Lopera is still a child, really.
The Admiral closes his eyes as he remembers those who fought beside him.
So many lives have been lost. In wars. In the storm.
Have all been enshrined in the Hall of Merit at headquarters.
What do you think Lopera will do?
She's your child, just like me. I think she will stand with us.
He smirks.
You think? Do you? Anyway, she's not important. Here, take a look at this.
My daughter is not important. She doesn't matter. An invitation.
I will not wear it. Nor will you. I promise you. Not one of us will wear this thing. The preacher has given us a gift and shared with us an oracle. We will bring her something in return.
A shotgun to the face.
Fire and brimstone rained down from heaven. Yet among the ruins were covered the remnants of a miracle.
The remnants.
A miracle that is living, breathing, and growing.
ash in a pyramid?
I can sense their life force. I can hear their whispers from within these ashes.
A lucid dream, a living death, a perished immortality.
Moldir, they are invincible. Rather than endlessly throwing young soldiers' lives to the white stone house, I choose to stand with the true future.
Alright, so you're choosing to be in the cult.
I will always stand with you, Father.
Oh, Mulder, you idiot. That's why you're not pullable. That's why your design is so bland. Yo, suspended loot.
A gambling game's been set up in a place unfamiliar to you. Soon, you'll be invited to join the table as well.
Yo, give me more details. I want in on this gambling.
Huh. You seem to have grown quite assertive. But remember this. As a newcomer to the table, you have no privilege to make demands or probe for information unless you're looking to be targeted and isolated. You have to lose a few rounds. Pay your entry fee. Only then can you start to learn the secrets of those at the table. The players' backgrounds, the dealers' habits, and the truth behind the highest stakes gambler. It's baffling to me. Why would anyone travel halfway across the world just to throw away their money?
No, they're seeking victory.
That was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I figured.
But thanks for answering.
I figured it was rhetorical. I just didn't have
You're
a choice but to answer.
The allure of winning is irresistible, even in a game of chance. People blow on the dice, clutch a rabbit's foot, or murmur a prayer, foolishly believing they can sway the outcome.
The only thing that can sway the outcome truly is Lady Luck herself.
How deluded. It's pathetic.
Is it a fair game?
Oh, quite the opposite. The odds are rarely equal. Your opponents could have any number of advantages stuffed up their sleeves. A larger stack of chips, easier winning conditions, or even the power to change the rules. Want a fair game? You gotta fight for it. By any means necessary.
That is very true.
The white suits always play it safe, carefully hedging their bets, while the black robes plot to overturn the table.
Yep.
Clever? More like cretinous and atrocious. Once the table's flipped, there'll be nothing but chaos. Who would bother to set it right again? No one.
Yeah. Since if your opponents aren't gonna play by the rules, you playing by the rules isn't gonna fucking help anything. Democrats. Fucking call out post to the Democrats again, thinking foolishly that anything they do matters. Like, fucking, you really think that somehow playing by the rules will help against people who aren't playing by the rules? Fucking idiots. Igor's office. The old admiral picks up the file beside him and flips through the young pilot's records.
Arcanist. Abuses alcohol.
How could you do that to alcohol? What have they done to you?
Loves to fight. Messenger. Call Lieutenant Lilia. Tell her to meet me at the training ground.
I am going to fight her to the death. He rises from his chair and heads to the training ground, where the blood of the traitors still stains the grass. Lilia approaches the Admiral, her flask clutched in her hand.
How does it compare to the drink back home?
The stuff saps your energy. Makes you feel sleepy.
Shit sucks.
Just like this land. This place is always submerged in a half-dead stupor. Poverty, chaos. To them, the future feels farther away than the sun beating down from above.
Oh, that makes sense. The sun beating down from above is at a very distinct distance away, like actual physical distance, whereas the future, that is not physical. There is no physical difference between that. Thus, it will always be further away. She just says that to him, and he like stares at her like, I do not like talking to you. While the sun casts its light from above, many choose to dance in the darkness of the sewers.
Tell me, Lieutenant, what do you think of the Foundation?
Is this some kind of test?
Is this some kind of test? Are you...
No. Just the curiosity of an old man. I often wonder how the younger generation views the organization.
The younger generation. Are you sure you are not the one drinking, Admiral?
Well, unlike those Manus maniacs, the people at the Foundation are at least open to reason.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they're stubborn. But overall, I think they're good people. The Timekeeper's red-headed sidekick, for example.
The Timekeeper's red-headed sidekick. Senato is too busy with administrative work to join the Timekeeper in Sao Paulo.
She's a stickler for the rules, but it's so boring to follow all the regulations. That being said, it would probably be even worse without them. Total chaos, actually. Anyway, at the end of the day, someone has to do the thankless jobs, and the people at the Foundation are the only ones willing to do them.
Yeah. A subtle hint of approval flickers in the Admiral's eyes. That is why I betray them, for funnies.
As the Foundation's most loyal partner, Xena has always been committed to creating a brighter future for both Arcanists and humans. That includes fighting Manus Vindicta, as well as any other conflicts and chaos in the world.
In Sao Paulo, for example, Zeno maintains the city's fragile peace in its own unique way.
It's a mindless gun. The Foundation points, and Zeno shoots.
Precisely. Countless soldiers have perished in the storm, and they've all been deemed necessary sacrifices.
Ooh. Yeah, the Foundation is pretty fucked up in that way. I do like how much they make the Foundation and Zeno, like, they're not good guys. They're not protagonists. They're just better than the alternative, you know? They're just like, well, we don't have anyone else to turn
I have
to.
to tell you, I don't like Xena's role in all this.
Neither do I. But an order's an order.
An order's an
Even
order.
if it sends your soldiers to die meaningless deaths against an enemy they couldn't possibly defeat. Still, we march on without hesitation, pushing our weary bodies deeper into the storm. But how much longer can Xena keep going, Lieutenant? How long until our knees buckle and we fall to the ground?
I don't know, it can probably last quite a while since we have, like, more storm protection now than we did before. We have the holy pretzel of protection, after all.
I don't know, and I don't care.
She takes another swig of the sweet liquor. Sweet as the oblivion of a dream.
Arcana isn't that. We detected life signs after the explosion of the vacuum bomb.
Vacuum bomb?
That's impossible.
Yes, it is impossible. It would take a miracle for her to survive. Do you believe in miracles, Lieutenant?
I'd sooner believe the ramblings of a drunkard.
Well, you're going to have to believe both, because I am very drunk right
That
now.
may be the case, but when a miracle worker appears, there will always be people who follow them, like sheep follow a shepherd. So, when the desertion incident occurred, I wasn't surprised. I was infuriated, however. Not because they abandoned Xena, but because they murdered their own officer.
Damn traitors.
Back before the first storm, Human and Arcanius troops got along well. We set aside our origins and united under a common banner. Our bloodlines meant nothing next to our bond as comrades in arms. But the storm changed everything.
This is unrelated to the serious topic at hand, but I just noticed, why does Lilla's helmet have the little cat ears? Like, why has she gotta be so cute with it? She's got these adorable little cat ears on her military helmet. Time rolled back, and with each regression, the brilliance of Arcanum shone ever brighter. Eventually, it formed a rift between them.
As a soldier, I must obey my superiors. I sent my men as ordered,
But they did ask questions, and that was
really
bad.
Make no difference if the place they die a martyr's death isn't a battlefield. Like war, these things are never simply a matter of black and white. Lieutenant, what do you think of the Timekeeper?
The Timekeeper.
I trust her completely.
The statement is short and powerful. I mean, she's
Sounds
just
like
really...
you'd gladly sacrifice yourself for her. We need more leaders like the Timekeeper.
People who are not pieces of shit.
Manus Vindicta, the Foundation. They are just two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
I'd say they're closer to one side of the same coin, honestly. He sighs again, then he extends Lilla an invitation.
The Foundation, the Pack Security Council, Manus Vindicta. Which path do you think the Timekeeper will eventually take, Lieutenant?
Well, she'll take her own path, probably.
Я понимаю.
Я понимаю. I mean, overall, the main goal is to take a new path. Once we don't need the Foundation anymore, we can go forward in a more progressive way than the Foundation would let us. Because they're also regressive in a lot of ways, even if they're not as regressive as the Manus themselves.
Ты уверен, что Зина не тестирует меня?
Are you sure this isn't a test from Zeno?
Нет. К Зине это не имеет никакого отношения. Я сейчас говорю с тобой как Игорь, а не адмирал.
No, this has nothing to do with Zeno. Right now, I speak to you as simply Igor, not the Admiral. With a wave of his hand, he takes his leave. As he vanishes under the shadow of the colonnade, soldiers rush into the training ground. They surround Lilia, their guns pointed firmly at her.
What's going on?
Oh, you were testing me, you
Lilia,
fuck.
You are under arrest for the assault on Admiral Igor.
You assaulted him with your words. A lie that makes Mulder's ears turn red with shame.
Assault?
What the fuck did I do? A crime for which no evidence need be provided. A crime in which they don't show any evidence.
I get it.
Oh, okay. You fuckers are doing this shit to me. She grips her trusty red 38. After what happened in Texas, it hasn't left her side. Never will.
Stand down and surrender, Lieutenant.
Lilia downs the contents of her flask.
Even the booze here tastes lame.
Even the booze here tastes lame. You people are lame. You betray me. I hate you all. Go fuck yourself.
Come on then. You're not taking me down without a fight.
Soldiers, fire!
I am getting the hell out of here. I hate you people.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Fucking assholes doing this shit to me again.
Bring it on. Show me what you got. You traitorous rats.
Rats.
I never intended things to turn out this way. Surrender now, Lieutenant, or I'll be forced to hurt you.
Me? Surrender to you? You'll be the one who's surrendering. If I even give you the chance.
You'll be lucky if I give you the chance. I'm fed up with your bullshit.
Do your worst.
What a shame. Fire at will.
Who's Wills, ma'am? I thought we were targeting Lilia. I hate you people so much. These guys don't have any dodging. Uncanny agility. Oh no, they activated it. This guy activated Trumpet. What does Trumpet do? Rousing morale. Alright. They have Detroit become Trumpet.
Charging.
Let's get all these ready. Prepare the arsenal.
Barrage.
Get rid of that guy who wanted to do their ultimate. Don't need that shit going around.
It is here. Perfectly understood.
Yeah, this is an easy wrap up. You think you can capture Lila that easy? I will kill you. I'll kill your parents too. Just for bringing life to you traitors, rats. It's useless. There are far too many of them for Lila to escape.
There is no use resisting, Lieutenant.
Disarmed, Lila is forced to her knees and her hands are bound behind her back.
What's Igor planning?
Father will lead us to a future where meaningless sacrifices are no more.
Meaningless sacrifices are no more. It's just in order to get there, we need to make millions of needless sacrifices.
The die has been cast. I hope you know that this is nothing personal. I'm just following orders.
You are stupid. A fate as cold as the wind that sweeps across muddy bloodland.
Take Lieutenant Lilia to the holding cell. No one is to harm her without orders from the Admiral or me.
What?
What? God damn it. Ah, it's the same cell they have back at the Foundation.
We are traitors to Xeno now, Lieutenant.
Through those words, though those words disgust her, she forces them out.
I am loyal only to my father. It's a pity, really. I would have liked to work with you in the future.
The shackled pilot stares furiously at Mulder's dark silhouette.
How long has he been planning this?
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why are you like this?
Ever since the preacher gave Father a gift and the path to a brighter future.
Ever since he was lied to by one person, now he's a Nazi.
I will never betray my family.
The door closes, leaving Lila alone in the darkness of the cell. Mulder issues a few instructions to the guard before handing him the key. It will soon be time to welcome her brothers and sisters. There is no turning back from the path her father has chosen. Like a dumbass. Trunks led by young officers loyal to Admiral Igor roll into the base, carrying elite Xeno troops from across the country to annihilate Manus Vindictae, to destroy Apophis Brotherhood, and for the future chosen by the Admiral. In a world of lies, the traitor's blade has been raised.
Don't worry, young comrade. Just hang in a little longer.
Huh?
Huh? Who the fuck are you? Don't worry, young comrade. We realize the Admiral's lost his fucking marbles. We ain't gonna let him kill you. You're fine.
All it takes is one lie to set off a chain reaction, and I'm afraid the butterfly effect has reached you. I have bad news. You've been betrayed.
It is wild how just a few little lies can just collapse an entire fucking country. Isn't that right, America?
But there's good news, too. A certain flight lieutenant appears to be more loyal to you than the organization she swore to serve.
That's good. Mainly because we're an actual person and the organization is not.
You know him. The Admiral who was pitted against an enemy he couldn't possibly defeat. This conflict has left an incurable ulcer in his once lofty heart. Yet, as a leader, he must remain unyielding in both body and mind. Despite his continued victories on the front lines, he made a decision so counterintuitive that even his loyal adjutant found it questionable.
He made a decision that was so fucking stupid and out of left field that even his daughter was like, what the fuck? What? Why?
The top brass always sees things differently, I suppose.
Don't get your hopes up.
He's more like a desperate patient than anything. Weary from the pain of his ulcer and frantically searching for a way out.
Yeah.
In his desperation, he has clutched at an opportunity presented by none other than the Preacher herself.
The Preacher.
Down, he knows he's backed himself into a corner.
I'm done hearing bad news.
Great. I'm done reading reports anyway.
I mean, this isn't necessarily bad news. You know, him being backed into a corner.
I look forward to your wise decisions. We need some good news for a change.
Yeah, we most certainly fucking do, don't we? Family reunion, quote unquote. Quote unquote family reunion. But they are not family. They are now traitorous pigs. Like little fucking sheep, I hate them. And, how many chapters do we have left here? I think they said it was 24 in total. So maybe I'll do this. This is kind of a good stopping point, though. So I do want us to keep going. The call for slaughter has sounded. Unleash the hounds of war. Oh wait, I'm out of energy. You know what? I will have this be the cliffhanger for today. As much as I do want to keep going for a while, I enjoy where the story is going so far. But we will leave it there for now. Hi Kakanya, love you. Use tuning 30 times. Wow! Oh wait, no, this says clear chapter 21, so yeah, we don't have much left, I guess. Although that's like, oh, whoa. Because I think this, yeah, this says there's 24, so we got 8 more sub-chapters to go through. That's fine. That's a good amount. Yeah, thank y'all for coming to our little adventure here today. Hopefully next time we will get to do a bit, we'll be able to wrap things up here. Boom 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 boom. I love how the game can't handle the idea of me going from one song to the same song again. Very funny. That'll be all for now. Thank y'all for coming. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.